Hi, I'm Gabrielle. I'm graduating in May of 2027, but I got to study abroad in spring of my sophomore year. And I studied abroad in Regina, Saskatchewan in Canada at the University of Regina. While I was there, I took 3 psych classes, 1 art class, and 1 journalism class, which was Indigenous journalism, which was actually one of my favorite classes there. But I was also able to take 3D design while I was there, which was really interesting to be in such a different studio than the one that we have here. And also to be making sculptures in a place where I knew that I wouldn't be able to bring them back home with me. So kind of embracing the ephemerality of creating art. The most surprising part to me was transitioning to being at such a large school and living in a place where all of the buildings were literally connected, so you wouldn't have to go outside because it was so cold the entire time I was there. And that was such a different experience for me to be such a part of a large community and to have everything be so connected, but in such a different way than it is here. One thing that was really just changed a lot of my worldview going to Canada was looking at the way that they value and appreciate Indigenous history and Indigenous culture. I learned so much while I was in Canada about Indigenous culture, and I was able to go to museums and see traditions and stuff like that that I'd never been able to experience here. And that really just opened my worldview to see this different kind of tradition and this different kind of culture and be able to learn and understand from it and appreciate it. I actually made an amazing friend while I was there who was able to take me and another friend of mine to her home city, which was about an hour outside of Regina. So we went to this little town called Moose Jaw, and she was able to show us around. We went and saw the tunnels that they have. She took us to see the world's giant moose, which was a very random thing to see out in the middle of the plains. But it was an amazing time that I was so glad that I was able to have with her and my other friend. My most unforgettable experience was when I took a spring break trip to Vancouver. So I kind of got up early in the morning, a friend of mine, and we flew there and just we spent 3 days there. The day that really stood out to me was we went out to this island and we just hiked all day. We hiked like 6 miles over the course of the day. And then while we were there, I was randomly looking for tickets in the area, and I found tickets to this improv show of this comedy group that I follow. And that was just like a random and spontaneous thing that we were able to do that we had so much fun doing. And then the next day we went to the Vancouver Aquarium, which was beautiful and gorgeous, and it was just an amazing trip all along. I would absolutely do it again. I think it was an amazing experience, once in a lifetime, like I said, and I would definitely recommend that anybody who can study abroad definitely should. And you get to learn about another culture, and you get to spend a semester being somewhere that's not the same place that you've always known, and you just learn so much from doing that, both academically and personally. You get to grow a lot, so I definitely recommend that anybody who can absolutely should.